I love real estate. I think the best, better than slight. But if not smart with, it's like a loaded gun. Protect yourself or it can kill you. So real estate is, to me, because debt is, in 1997, I said your house is not an asset. And it drove me because it's a common. But when you can't make your house payments, you find out is the biggest liability you got. Or debt, you actually smarter. So you can use debt to get richer. You can also use debt to wipe you out. So that's why, I continue on. So we need financial education. To just say to somebody, get out of debt, well, that's not accurate. If you don't have the financial education, when somebody says your houses are good or the stock will go up, and you don't know the difference between a good investment and a bad investment, because real estate can be a bad investment, stocks can be a bad investment. If you don't know good investment advice from bad investment, you're taken. It's not kind. The thing that I want to say is this: you can invest in gold, and you can invest in real estate money, stocks, you can invest in oil, and you can also make a lot of money in all those. So really the reason we get together is your financial intelligence, financial IQ makes something valuable or not valuable. Like I said, you have to know a good investment from a bad investment, good advice from bad advice. My game financial is business, number one. Second is real estate. And that's why I pay no taxes. Why Trump pays no taxes legally. It is a combination of business and real estate that gives us an unfair advantage over them because they don't know what the depreciation is, what the government wants us. So in other words, there's three things. There's appreciation, amortization, and depreciation. So the way guys like Trump and Kushner and the rich guys do it is called the McDonald's formula of business. The business of McDonald's is not hamburgers. The business of McDonald's, and that's the formula. So every time you go past a McDonald's stand, oh, you deserve a break today, eat at McDonald's. But they're not seeing the real game. The game is that little hamburger stand is buying the most expensive real estate in the world. So today, McDonald's owns more real estate than the Catholic Church. So let's say I make $1 million. I don't want to pay tax on it. So I take that $1 million, instead of spending it on something stupid, I buy a piece of real estate. So let's say for $5 million. So I go from $1 million to $5 million. Then I appreciate, depreciate, and amortize that $5 million, and it offsets my $1 million. Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge, but knowledge empowers imagination. You've got to have the basic knowledge of taxes, debt, financial statements, and all that. If you don't want to learn it, I can't help you. The poor will always be amongst us. It starts up. It's in their words, but when they say I can't afford it or I can't do that, they become what they say. And I meet so many people, I can't afford it. You think I made of money? And my rich dad would say, that's why he's poor. Poor people say, I can't afford it. I can't do that. I don't have time. Because this is an escape. Easy to say, I can't afford it. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I can't go to the gym. When you could go to the gym. But no, I can't. Truth is, I'm just too lazy. But the thing is that we become creatures of our own habit. And until we break the habit, we don't change. But the way he taught me about money was playing Monopoly. And finally one day I got upset. I said, well, when are you going to teach me about money? What do you think we're doing? We're playing Monopoly. He goes, no. What do you think we're doing? We're playing Monopoly. What do you think we're doing? So I don't know. I'm teaching you about money. And then that's when, you have one greenhouse. He says, there's many formulas for great success in money. There's thousands of them. But one of the best ones is found on the game of Monopoly. Still is today. 4 greenhouses, 1 red hood. I said, what? He says, one of the greatest ways to acquire great wealth is playing Monopoly in real life. 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. What, is that all there is? And he says, what do you think I'm doing? And I went, I don't know. So then he took me out and he showed me his greenhouses. And 10 years later, when I was 19, I was now in school in New York. And I come back to Hawaii. And Rich Dad had bought the biggest piece of land smack dab in the middle of Waikiki Beach. And when you go to Waikiki Beach today, you'll see the Hyatt Regency Hotel. That was his. There's 6 basic words to financial literacy and financial education. And the 6 words, again, are income, expense, asset, liability. See, I don't really care about my FICO. A FICO score just basically registers, are you trustworthy with borrowing money? I borrow in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And the last 2 words are the words cash flow. So the income comes in and it goes out this way. First line of expense is tax. It's not how much money you make. Most people, I don't care if you have a PhD or no school at all, but they can't control the cash flowing out through their expenses. And this is where the house comes in. First thing, most kids do when they get pay raise or that, they buy themselves a bigger house. Oh, my house is an asset. Now, who tells you that? Your real estate agent, of course. But when you look at what happens with a house, a personal residence, something I live in, The money comes in and goes out through a mortgage. You have taxes and you have upkeep. So money's always flowing out. So that's why your house is not an asset, is because it's taking money from your pocket. So very simply said, assets put money in my pocket, liabilities take money from my pocket. I started when I was 25, bought my first house, and it was an apartment, it was an investment property. I didn't live in it, I rented it out, and it put money in my pocket. So very simple, the definition of asset and liability is not the house or this, it's cash flow. Where is the cash flowing? So as a young person, financial intelligence is the ability to control cash flow. Intelligent, IQ, is can you control cash flow, not your college. So I started with this. I paid for the credit card and I put $25 in my pocket. It's an infinite return because the cash flow paid for the mortgage, it paid the expenses, pays the operating costs, and I still made $25. If you have a job, you pay tax, but income, the rich get richer because when you have asset income, taxes are less. You can get it down to zero if you want. But that's financial intelligence, but can you control?
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.